There we are. Alright, all up and running. Hey there guys, back with another stream here. So I think what we're going to be doing tonight, as my wife pointed out to me earlier today, we got the Christmas event going on right now for Heroes of the Storm that's going to be ending on January 4th. So we want to try to get some games in to get that done as soon as we can. So we'll put StarCraft off for a day or two. So I'll have my wife playing with me today. So Infernal Shrines, and that's a good map too. I think that's her favorite map as well. It's the map she plays the best on too. She's real good at getting the little minion kills and summoning the tormentors for us. So that'll be good to see. So I'm down here bottom lane with Morales. Nova middle lane by herself. That's not good. Babe, you should go middle lane so that Nova can bounce back and forth. Plus, Sergeant Hammer is a really good solo lane person. So we'll have Sergeant Hammer solo in the top lane, Bree is Diablo with Nova in the middle lane, and then myself with the Morales NPC on the bottom lane. And of course, we can all switch that up. So playing as him, I find this first talent choice, the High King's Quest, at least in my experience, I feel like that's just a clear-cut choice above the others. I feel like the overall bonus you get from it just outweighs the bonuses from the other choices. And especially early game when you're not quite sure if you need to go tanky or if you need to go DPS, as Varian, unlike other heroes, is very good at filling multiple roles. If you're not quite sure at the beginning of the game how you're running it, it's a more diverse talent, whereas the other ones are more focused. Alright, and we got the first tower spawning up here. So I said, for those of you who don't know what's going on, we come up here to the top. The tower spawns these little minions. As you can see, the enemy team is clearing them away at the moment. See at the bottom right-hand corner, the first team to get 40 then summons a powerful monster to help push their lane. So they're already at 8 out of 40. We're 0, but we're going to get it. Kind of zoning them out here. Malfurion, a healer. I'm going to try to focus him. And my guy, once I get my build up, I can pretty much burst down anyone in the game, save like the tankiest of tanks. Back out. Oh, they got you. That's okay. Oh, I'm about to die too. I got a talent choice. So I'm going to pick Shield Wall. Now, I find that Shield Wall is the best option, whether you're going defense or damage. Like, even if you're going for heavy damage, it's just so nice to be able to negate 100% damage for the second or two that it's up. It's a very powerful talent. So even when you're going the damage build, it lets you stay in and DPS longer. So we're going to go back, get a well, and got Diablo coming back up. So yeah, they're pushing it pretty good, but they're all really low. And see right here, there we go. Get this Malfurion, get this Gul'dan, and then we, in the time before they can even get back up here, we'll be able to get our 40 now. And as you can see, it's going to summon a Punisher here, and it rotates what kind of Punishers. There's 3. There's a, they're based off of monsters from Diablo, because this is a Diablo-themed map in the game. So this is going to be a Frozen Punisher. These little blue orbs you see him summoning here. Summons, frozen blasts, and if anyone's caught in them, they get frozen in place. So as far as his next talent pick, the 2 healing picks, and it really depends on which one you're going for. The top ability, the parry lasts longer, I never go for. I just feel like it's not as effective as the healing. Whether you're going damage or tanking, I feel the self-sustain is better than the increased parry or block. And typically I prefer Victory Rush, because you can get the cooldown to reduce with minion kills, and the amount you heal from it is pretty significant. So between the fact that you can reduce the cooldown and have a decent amount of uptime, very rarely will I pick the other one, but occasionally, whereas the parry I will just never pick. Oh, double kill. Keep in mind though, Murky is always an easy kill. He's only worth a quarter experience. See, and that was a misplay on my part. sending my Lion's Fang attack at Malfurion as opposed to Greymane. We probably could have had him killed there. But they don't have the best prioritizing as far as where they should be fighting. Alright, let's get in here. And the good thing about Punishers, unlike other certain map objective monsters, they don't necessarily focus on the heroes. They just kind of do their thing. Whereas these Punishers will go after the heroes. They'll prioritize enemies before the buildings. So as you can see right there, he jumped on Zarya earlier. Just right there, he jumped on Greymane. So it's really nice. If the enemy team isn't careful, they're just going to die. A Fury in there as well, very nice. We can pick off this Greymane here because he's not running. It's a good grab by Diablo, positioning him into all those lasers. Nova gets the kill there, amazing. This could very well, probably won't be a game-winning push because how low he is, but we're going to get these towers. And after that, we'll back out. Again, just a great move as you're backing out, as your enemy has to deal with your wave, as you're pushing. A good thing is to always just pick up some merc camps, make it a little more difficult, make it so that they have to stay in the lane where you're sending them, and they don't really have the option of pushing you. We need to back out at this point now to help me. So here's the thing. This is where Varian really takes off. His ultimate, obviously every hero has great potential once they pick their ultimate, but Varian, being the only dual class hero in the game, can be a tank, can be a huge burst damage hero or a very sustained damage hero. The way I usually build him is with the burst, and with the right setup you can burst down almost any hero in the game in a single casting of your abilities. So that's going to be the Colossal Smash ability right here. It does a pretty decent amount of damage. You do a little leap forward to hit them, and it makes the enemy vulnerable, taking extra damage for 2 or 3 seconds. For 3 seconds, they take an extra 25% damage, which is just huge because you set that up for all your other attacks. Alright, now the shrine's popping up at the top. We need to be getting up there. This is one where I pick a different banner completely depending on who I'm up against and what's going on. I've picked all 3 of these banners just depending on the game and how's it going. They all have their use. You got the banner Stormwind, helps you secure kills, helps you escape because it gives you and your team increased movement speed. Got the middle one, gain resistance, just helps you survive longer. Again, if their team is really bursty, if they got heroes that can just pop out and kill you, then that's pretty good to be throwing down, help you survive through a lot of bursts, a lot of wombos, things like that. And we can get this gold down here easily. Oh, their whole team's right here? Alright. I just struck Greymane with the increased damage. Great fire from Diablo there. We had our whole team set up. They position themselves so poorly. Again, positioning is just so key in MOBAs. And the fact that they got caught stuck in that little gateway there, they had absolutely nowhere to go. Alright, we're going to get this Malfurion, easy peasy, set it up, and this should easily be a game-winning push here. Murky's going to go down. Alright, so we're going to pick Dalaran banner, not that it matters because we're winning here, but that's increased damage from your abilities for your entire team, and that's where the build I normally do is, because like I was saying, it gives you that burst where you can pretty much kill any hero when you string all your abilities together. You'll kill almost any hero in the entire game. And here we go. Here is the game. And GG. So let's see. Sergeant Hammer top by herself. Yep, that's good. I'll go middle with Ariel. And that's a pretty good setup. Now on this map, for those who don't know, it's one of the bigger maps in the game. Periodically, you will have a curse spawn, or a tribute is what it is. Whatever team first collects 3 tributes curses the other team. And during the duration of the curse, that team's buildings will take, or it's not that it takes extra, they simply don't do any damage. They stop attacking for the duration. They may take extra damage, I might be right on that. But the big thing is that all their minions also are automatically reduced to 1 health. So in all 3 lanes, even if you're not pushing, which would be silly, why wouldn't you be pushing, your minions would easily outpower the enemy's minions, in addition to the fact that their buildings aren't firing back. So even just your minions push on top of whatever you're pushing. So it's a pretty powerful mechanic. Like I said, it takes 3 tributes from a team to get the curse on the enemy team. Good pusher. Alright, and they didn't even come to it, so we got it. Alright, let's try to hit him here, because we know. Go ahead, second wind. Again, just the... Oh, I picked the wrong one. I needed victory rush, not second wind. Well, that changes up probably what I'll do for endgame build, just because this talent really only works when you pick the more sustained damage build. So instead of doing the burst, you go for the dual wielding. You hit faster, you hit more often, but the hits are softer. But hitting more frequently with this talent then just gives you more life gain in that regard. We're going to try to take this site. Enemy Brightwing down here. Going to pounce on him. I need to back out. So I just picked the talent, my ultimate, the Twin Blades of Fury again, because that just works better. With the healing talent I accidentally picked. Looks like we're going to grab that one with our top guys, so that's good. I'm going to stay middle to help fight off these mercenary camps. So this one does, you split your weapon into 2 weapons. Again, you attack more often. It's just the attacks themselves are weaker. But it helps give you a more sustained damage output instead of having that burst where you do a lot at once and then nothing at all for a little while. And it works better with that healing, because that healing talent is based off of your individual hits as opposed to getting big bursts. We're going to try to pick up this Nova. Good. That was a good fire breath from Diablo there. And we already have another tribute. Let's go get that. Need to help Ariel up there. They're holding out pretty good on their own. Oh, another benefit, I completely forgot about that, of that ultimate talent choice, is that every time you hit an enemy, it also gives you a very temporary movement speed boost. So it allows you to stay on top and get those little hits. So you miss out on like the better charges from the other one, but you can stay on top easier, so that way you can actually have that sustained damage and you're not just worthless while other enemies dance around you. Alright, so we're going to run in here. We got the curse, like I said. So as you can see, their buildings aren't doing any damage at all. Oh, that was a good grab on Sylvanas by Diablo. Very well positioned. Allowed the whole team to just burst her down. Excellent pick. And now we're just moving in. As you can see, he just hits tremendously fast with this talent. Alright. You see, we have about 4 seconds left on this curse. We might be able to get another pick, but we need to be careful. Alright, now we need to back out. We're in enemy territory under the fire of their turrets. Yeah, unfortunately can't really help our team. They're in too deep. If they get out, they can get out. If not, that sucks. But we got a tremendous push there. With 2 of them dead, I feel safe going for the boss. Let's go for the boss, especially because it's NPCs. If it was against players, actual human players, would not attempt this. But against some NPCs, we're in a very good position to pick this up. You can see here, in conjunction with that healing, the not taking damage is pretty nice. Like, not a good situation, but it looks like our team's grabbing that tribute up there, which is great. We want to go for the movement speed. We already have good movement speed, but we also don't really depend on ability damage in this build. And we pick up the curse again. Very, very nice. Go join my team up top. This should be a game-winning push. We should be able to very much push in right now with the curse. This is where that movement speed comes in handy. Get me out of that situation. Did not realize their whole team would be right there. Our Diablo needs to be careful, pushing in by themselves. As long as I don't get focused, I can heal back up very quickly. But that's the biggest part, is I'm quite often focused being a frontline melee character. Give my team some added movement speed in case they need to move around here. Alright. Let's get out of there. Could have been a game-winning push. We didn't quite capitalize on it as well as we should have. We need to back out, gather up some merc camps again, just play defensively. In these kind of positions, you just really don't want to overextend, because then you'll lose one or two guys, and even in the late game, being down even one guy makes a pretty significant difference. Now we can pick up that merc camp there. It looks like our team is just not backing out. Oh, they got the pick, so maybe we can push in after all. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, it was Zarya's ult, but we still got the core.